the Bahamas tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Shoshina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, officials on Grand Bahama making a significant find late Monday afternoon. After intense investigations and surveillance, the Drug Enforcement Unit issued a search warrant on a home in Lucaya and discovered hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of drugs. A press conference was held at police headquarters late last night. It was an interesting discovery for police. Officers uncovered a quantity of cocaine valued at around $620,000 at a home in Lucaya. According to the police, the cocaine was intricately placed into the liners of camera bags, suitcases, and even Lipton and Idaho mashed potato containers. They were uniquely slit and the cocaine placed on the inside. Officer in charge of Grand Bahama, Emerick Seymour, says this bust involved intense investigations and surveillance.
While searching the home, the officers came across several significant discoveries, and the first being 7 kilos of suspected cocaine was found in one of the rooms. Also, the officer discovered some 15 bags, traveling bags. They range from backpack to camera bags and the like. And in the lining of those bags, also we discovered, in all of the bags, we discovered suspected cocaine in all of the linings of the bag.
These were found some raw cocaine. If you check it out, it fits right in, screws right up, and all you see, someone coming through.
Wow.
You'll never know that they actually toting drugs. We found at least about 15 of these inside the house.
But that's not all the Drug Enforcement Unit found in the Lucaya home. A 9mm Glock pistol, as well as rounds of ammunition in the ceiling.
What that speaks to, ladies of the press, is the innovation, I would say, if you will, of the criminal mind. What they were using, they're using all sorts of innovative means in an effort to really advance their nefarious acts. Together, ladies and gentlemen, the drugs would have totaled some 48 pounds of suspected cocaine, with an estimated street value of $620,000.
3 adult Bahamian males have been arrested.
At the moment, they are assisting us in our investigation in this significant find.
Seymour was asked if the drugs were being prepared to be shipped out of the country.
We suspect that they were, some of it, because as I indicated, they were found in the lining of these bags, which suggests to us that preparatory steps were being made for them to be shipped out of the country. And they were just using innovative means to do so, and perhaps trying to get it out undetected.
Well, tonight, police are being accused of dropping the ball in the investigation in the death of a West End woman. Family members recently received the autopsy report, but they believe more must be done to unravel the circumstances that may have led to her death. Megan Shepard has this report.
It was back in October of 2014 when 48-year-old Melissa Wilscombe was reported missing, and 2 weeks later, her body was discovered in bushes a short distance from the West End clinic. Melissa's stepmother, Joy Wilscombe, says she is disappointed in the way the investigation has been handled.
The investigation is dead, and I feel like they could do a little bit more in the investigation, because I think it's just a slap on the wrist, just like her name wasn't popular, that for them to investigate properly on Melissa Wilscombe. Because I haven't seen the police come back here they pick up that body from down the road. I had to go on and look for them, but still I get no answers.
She says she is also unhappy with the fact that the cause of death has been classified as undetermined. Wilscombe alleges that too many circumstances seem to be suspicious.
I spoke to the pathologist, and the pathologist said that she cannot see anything of cause of death for her. The way it really make me feel, in a way someone could just get up in the morning, walk a couple of feet away from the house and disappear, and then end up about 7 lamp poles away from where she lived
Joy adds that while she is pleased with the way police conducted search efforts, she says she feels a bit let down with the follow-up investigation. She is urging them to take a closer look at Melissa's case.
I haven't even given no statement. A lot of people need to give statement. They ain't coming around to even ask for statement. They ain't sending nobody to come and ask for statement. The investigation needs to open up. Because ain't no way a young woman could just walk out the house and disappear. Just feet away from where she was. No way. And then end up 7 lamp hole up the road.
Wilchcombe says funeral services are planned for February 28th. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Now, we spoke with the officer in charge of CDU, Superintendent Robert Lloyd, who responded to the claims regarding the pace of the investigation.
That particular file is being prepared to be forwarded to the coroner's court to be viewed and for an outlook.
Now, the family seems that believes that the police is dragging its feet in the matter, that they feel that they're not getting the type of results and attention that they deserve. What do you say about that?
I beg to differ. Me myself, as the OC in charge, spoke to the family members lately, and I feel pleased that we in the police department is doing all that is necessary to bring that matter to a closure. But if they do have any information that could aid us in moving forward, I will again reach out to them and have those information checked into.
Well, Superintendent Lloyd says officers remain committed to advancing this investigation, but he says they need help from the public.
But I want to also appeal to the family, if they have any additional information, be not afraid to come and see myself or anybody in the Central Detective Unit, and all information that they share with us will be treated confidentially. Not only confidentially, we'll be looking into any additional information that they may give us to move on with our investigation.
Meantime, traffic officials on Grand Bahama called to the scene of a serious accident that sent a female to hospital. Our ZNS News team arrived on the scene moments after the crash. Joan Davis-Roll filed this report.
The traffic mishap occurring during the morning rush hour along West Sunrise Highway, Freeport. The two-car smash-up, bringing traffic to a crawl, involved 2 female drivers. One of them was seen lying on the ground with injuries, which sent her to the emergency room of the Rand Memorial Hospital. Passers-by Cedric Delancey and Reverend Eddie Victor noticed the commotion and stopped to help.
I recognized 2 cars, one of them marched down here and one down there, and I saw a lady who I familiar with from the bank. And so I stopped to see how I can assist and help out.
Response time by officials, what did you think about that? The police ambulance, was it?
But the police was here fast. The ambulance took about, I'd say about 15 minutes or so.
What I observed was a young lady laying in the grass, and so I immediately stopped. Normally if I see an accident, I stop. And so I stopped so I can pray with her, talk with her, help to just comfort her until the ambulance can get here. And we did have the opportunity to pray with her, and she did calm down.
That victim was identified as Ashley Clark. Local pastor Apostle Tyrone Thomas says he rushed to the scene after getting a disturbing call.
I was at work and I got a call that my daughter was involved in an accident on West Sunrise Highway. I didn't know the condition, so I immediately came to the scene, and here I am. I saw my daughter and find that she was doing well. Basically, she said she was on her way to work and she's driving normal speed, and this lady in this car just swerved in her lane. There's nothing she could do because it happened so quickly.
His daughter Taranique Thomas was not injured. Meanwhile, residents are urging motorists to drive to arrive alive.
It's obviously that people are driving more carelessly, and there's probably a lot of people who are distracted drivers. In other words, more so than alcohol, using a cell phone and texting is probably one of the most distractive form of driving. And so I'm not saying this is the case here. It looks like some type of collision. So, but nevertheless, we have to be very, very careful when we drive, even become defensive drivers.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
Well, a local church group getting clarity regarding the government's immigration policy that was implemented in November of last year. The issues were addressed during the 4th Reverend Dr. George Cumberbatch lecture series hosted by First Baptist Church. Kimberly Mullings was there.
That policy, when I got
Minister of Foreign Affairs and Immigration, the Honorable Fred Mitchell's topic, securing our borders in a global village. During the presentation, Minister Mitchell addressed the Bahamas' new foreign policy regarding the issuance of work permits and various forms of residency.
Today, the only caveat is that the movement must be documented. This is for the safety and security of the nation state. The Bahamas has an obligation to be sure that it knows who lives within its borders and that its territory is not being used as a staging point for unlawful activity and would destabilize its neighbors.
Minister Mitchell also shed light on 3 main issues that he finds Bahamians often need clarity to help them understand the roles of the Ministries of Foreign Affairs and Immigration, Education, and the Department of Labor.
First is the cultural identity and the protection of that cultural identity and integrity of the country, its cultural integrity. Second is our national security concerns. And thirdly, the question of the preparation of the workforce.
After the presentation, the floor was opened for dialogue. In addition to the minister being asked various questions, some used the time to commend the minister on the work that he's doing regarding immigration in our country. Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
Now, last year, the Honorable Obi Wolshcombe, Minister of Tourism, was the presenter at the lecture. His topic was the late Sir Lyndon Oscar Pindling, the country's first Prime Minister. Stay with us, there's more news right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A local group levying allegations against the power company, and they are calling on the authorities to investigate. Joan Davis-Roll reports.
Family for Justice turning up the heat on Grand Bahama Power Company. This after President Pastor Glenroy Bethel claims that the company continues to violate the rights of homeowners.
What brought us here today was simply the lack of respect that the Grand Bahama Power Company has for the Grand Bahama community. Recently, the power company went to a private residence to remove their meter off of their property without a work order, without any written authorization from the company. The homeowner had asked the question if the power company came on to read the meter or if they came to disconnect the meter. The power company replied, officials from the power company replied that they didn't come to do either one of those.
Reverend Bethel says that's not all. The situation escalated.
We later found out that there was no public announcement that was made. So the homeowner stated to the officials that you cannot move my meter. I already paid all of my bills, all right? You cannot remove my meter off of my property because this is private property. What we had agreed to, that you have authority to come on the property, to read the meter, to disconnect the meter, or reconnect the power to the residents. But if you're here to actually take a meter and replace it with a temporary meter, we cannot allow you to do that. And this happened about a week and a half ago, and the police had to be called in on this particular matter.
Bethel, along with local businesswoman and Coalition for Concerned Citizen member Kendra Crawford, are calling for answers.
What we were challenging really is the police department themselves cannot enter anyone's property without a warrant. And that's the police now, that's the law. But if you have a private citizen, corporation, come on the property and no written agreement from the homeowner, how is it that you can remove their meter just like that?
I tried to reach someone at the power company for an explanation. I already thought the meter, I have 3 meters there that I pay electrical power for. It was one of them that they were changing. They didn't offer any explanation, and they decided that they would change. I read my meter every day, so I wanted to know exactly, what is going on. Would my bill be increased by this particular meter?
Has it increased?
It looks that way.
Joan Davis-Rowe, ZNS Network News.
Well, the Grand Bahama Power Company is responding to these claims. According to the statement, the company has a process for conducting meter audits that is approved by the regulator, and these audits are carried out to ensure that meters are in good working condition to get a proper accounting of a customer's usage. The power company says the meter in question was only recently replaced, and the readings and associated bill for that meter has not yet been processed and will not be available until the next billing cycle. Officials say once information from the meter is collected, the accounting for the customer's bill will be conducted, and the power company would be happy to discuss the details of the customer's bill with that customer. Power officials are also encouraging customers who have questions or concerns regarding the meter auditing process or billing to contact customer service. Switching gears now, Valentine's Day was a beautiful one for the seniors in the 8 Mile Rock community. The Precious Pearls were all invited to a Valentine's Day luncheon at Mount Zion Baptist Church. The seniors were treated to a delicious meal and upbeat entertainment. Chief Counselor of the West Grand Bahama District, George Jimmy Smith, was in attendance. He says the event was held to honor those who have helped to build that community.
You know I love you. We all come from the same area, 8 Mile Rock. We have our little Jonestown, Seagrape, Pinedale, Hunters Rock, but at the end of the day, we're all one, agree? Amen. And I strongly believe, like I said to the township members, if we put our heads together, we can make anything work. And this is a great example today with 2 individuals who have love for Jonestown that put their heads together and came together as a team.
Now, Superintendent Loretta Mackey was also in attendance. She congratulated all seniors and encouraged them and the church to get involved in the Royal Bahamas Police Force Youth Club that will begin soon.
We want to form our youth club, the Police Youth Club. We had it several years ago, so we are in the process of doing that, and very shortly we're going to have an opening. So we're looking for all of you, the parents and the children, to be on board. And like I said earlier, we're targeting the high school and the grade 6 students from the 3 primary schools.
Stay with us to check on sports when we return. Sports is dedicated tonight to Queenie Gibson. We hope you enjoyed your day. Topping sports, the Tour of Grand Bahama held on the weekend and the 2-day event was a success. Let's go to Italia Hall.
The Grand Bahama Cycling Club held the Tour of Grand Bahama on the weekend. The 2-day event included the time trials and the road race.
It was pretty good. One of the downfalls was, we had a number of them coming in from Florida, but the fast ferry had to cancel due to the weather. But the natives came out, and supported groups came in from Nassau. It was a success, although the numbers weren't what we really wanted. But it's awesome.
It's really good, actually. When we first started, we did the time trial race. I did pretty good on that one. Well, when I got to the turnoff, heading out to the east part, it got a bit windy. The headwinds were strong, but when I turned back around again for the roundabout to the police station, it got a bit better, and I managed to pick up a little more speed then. And I finished in really good time.
Organizer Kenton Roker commends the Royal Bahamas Police Force for their help to make the event a success.
Oh, they did an awesome job. They controlled traffic. We didn't have to slow down at no point. I must commend them. The Assistant Commissioner, I thank him, thank the Road Traffic Department.
Tara Smith won the women's category 1 with a combined time of 2 hours, 58.23 seconds. The women's category 4 winner is Lynette McInnes with a time of 2 hours, 35.01 minutes. As for the men Pro 1, Chad Albury overall time of 4 hours and 51 seconds held up for the win. Jay Major second in 4 hours and 1 minute. 58.37 seconds. D'Angelo Sturb third and Anthony Colbrook fourth. The pro winner is Chris Curry, completing the two-day event in 4 hours and 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Ray Colbrook second in 4 hours and 36 minutes and 42 seconds. Justin Minnis won the Pro 3 division with a time of 4 hours, 2 minutes, and 23 seconds. The Masters champion is David Mello with a time of 3 hours, 9 minutes, and 1 second. Ken Newt Thompson second with a time of 3 hours, 10 minutes, and 14 seconds. Kenton Roker with third place, finishing in 3 hours, 17 minutes, and 57 seconds. And the junior winner is Reese Major, and a major congrats to all of the riders. Italia Hall, 7S Total Sports.
Thank you, Talia. Well, primary school softball playing the Nico Grant and Anita Doherty League yesterday. Hugh Campbell boys outscored Martintown 14-3. Freeport Gospel big over Freeport Primary 12-1. Maurice Moore downed Holmes Rock 11-5. And high school basketball championships in the Derek Nesbitt and Obie Wolshcombe League on Monday. Tabernacle Junior Girls defeated Bishop Michael Elton 17-8 for the series win and the MVP award to Maya Green. Tabernacle won the junior boys title with a 26-14 win over the Sister Mary Patricia Russell Panthers. Alfredo Brown is the MVP. The Falcons of Tabernacle won the boys under 17 title with the 21-12 win of Sunland Stingers. Regis Cooper named the most valuable player. In the senior girls finals, the Mary Star Academy Crusaders took game 1 over the Tabernacle Falcons, and that score was 29-13. The Abaco Basketball League on court on the weekend with the Young Legends defeating the Dundastown Rebels 87-78. Edney Bethel Jr. led all scores with 32 points. Dwayne Parr Adderley with 29 in the loss. And the KNS Oilers put away the Sandy Point Royals 67-58. Shaquille Adderley with a 27-point game for the Oilers. The Royals Durano Green with 27. And the Cooperstown Showstoppers bagged the Sandy Point Royals 89-77. Richard Farrington and Chauncey Cooper both with 27 for the Showstoppers. The Royals Patrico Robert also with 27 in the loss. And that's our time for sports.